Hello again, and thanks for joining me. Today we're headed into the Park MGM to try a few things from the Chef food truck. This restaurant is actually based on the food truck from the movie Chef. There's also a series on Netflix that's related called The Chef Show. I did see the movie, I remember liking it, but guys, that was 10 years ago and I can hardly remember what day it is, so hopefully I end up with fond memories of the food. I'm a designer who makes stuff, eats things, and goes places. If those are things you like to do, I hope you'll join me and hit that subscribe button. Just passing through the lobby right now, and I've never been in here before. This tree in the ceiling is so cool. Here we are at the food truck, which is located right across from Starbucks. Let's get a closer look at this menu, and I'll get a little closer so you can pause it. When I looked online before we came, there were some differences on the more recent menus from Google. For example, the nachos were made with plantain chips, and these I'm looking at now are made with tortilla chips instead. Also, some of the photos showed several smaller beignets in an order, but it looks like it's one big one now. Either way, I'm hungry, so let's eat. There's a small seating area right behind the food truck, and once you place your order, you'll get a pager that will go off once your food is ready. Then you'll walk back up to the pickup area and get a tray with all your treats on it. While you wait, you can check out this adorable little model of the food truck. Isn't this awesome? Guys, I'm dying. It even has a little TV playing on the oven. Where have I seen that before? Is that from a Bugs Bunny cartoon? Let me know in the comments where that's from. Here's a look at our leaning tower of lunch here. We got the Chef Truck Cubano, spicy watermelon cubes, the rice bowl with tofu, and the big beignet. First up is the rice bowl with tofu. I'm a big fan of all these ingredients, so I'm excited for how these come together. Here's a closer look for you. All of the ingredients look nice and fresh. This tofu has grill marks on it and is covered in salsa verde. The salsa isn't spicy, so don't worry if you're kind of spice adverse. There's also some plantains, which are cooked well. All together now. Overall, it's a nice bite. Not overly flavorful, maybe because we got it with tofu, but the strength of this is in the freshness of ingredients, I think, but, you know, pretty good. Next up, let's get into this sando. I think this is a pretty decent portion. If you weren't greedy like me, you could definitely share. Hopefully you guys can see what this is looking like. It's a tad dim in here. Try not to slop your food all over the table. Watching some of these videos back, I'm starting to suspect I might be a messy eater. So this tastes really good. I'm getting the flavors of the mushroom and the cheese and a little bit of that mustard towards the back end. I'm not really getting any of the salsa verde. I can see it, but it's not really getting through the other flavors for me. As I'm getting further into the sandwich, I'm still enjoying the flavor, but my only real complaint is that all of the ingredients are really wet ingredients, and it's kind of making the bread soggy. I would have liked to see some textural difference between the tofu, eggplant, and mushroom. Maybe fry one of them. All of the ingredients having a similar consistency is really my only problem with this. Up next, let's get into this watermelon. Here's a closer look. It looks really nice and ripe. It's glistening with that lime juice, and I'm not sure if you can make out the kimchi seasoning on there. So I eat a lot of kimchi and I eat a lot of fruit, so this was one of the things I was most excited to try. It's pretty tasty. I keep waiting on that spice to hit, but it's not really coming. I even tried to see if I can get more of it from the bottom here, but I'm wondering if the lime juice is toning down the heat. I really enjoy spicy food and would put this at maybe a 2 or 3 out of 10 on the spicy meter. I did read reviews where people complained about it being too spicy, which I'm not seeing at all, so I guess just be careful if you're really spice sensitive. It does have a nice flavor though, and personally I would have liked a little more heat. There's also some sort of herb in here that I can see, but I'm not getting much flavor from. Either way, this is yummy and really nice and refreshing, and I could see coming to get this if you just wanted a quick light snack that was more of a healthier option. Enough of that health garbage. It's time for a big old beignet, slathered in what looks like homemade whipped cream and dusted with powdered sugar. Here is the missing chunk that I cut out so you guys could get an idea of the texture. It's kind of interesting. It's not really what I was expecting consistency wise. If this helps to show you, it's kind of bread-like. It's not hard, more like a dinner roll that's not really sweet. All of the sweetness that I'm getting is from the powdered sugar and the whipped cream. This is like a nice, mildly sweet cake. But I don't know that I would call this a beignet. It's not bad, but next time I'd maybe opt for the chocolate cake or the guava hand pie. I'm not like a beignet scientist or anything, but I have eaten my fair share of them in several different places. I really like it when they're nice and soft and fluffy, and sometimes there's a light outer crunch and there's that little air pocket right in the middle. So I would say overall that it was a good lunch. It's a little on the pricier side for a quick service option, but hey, this is Vegas. There are some unique items on the menu I enjoyed. I also think it was cool that they had some meatless options that were actually good, because a lot of times places tend to just phone those in. The employees were really friendly, and I think that this is a fun place to come try if you're a fan of the movie and are just looking for something new. What are you interested in trying from here, or have you been here before? If so, what did you get? If you happen to wander through the casino, there's the House of Gaga Las Vegas, and I love checking out the costumes. They even have the VMA's egg. Quick side note on our way out, I love that this casino is non-smoking as a non-smoker. If you do smoke, they do have areas outside for you. That's all for me today, folks. I'll see you in the next one. Go forth, be kind, be creative.